everybody, my name is Shelby Olichliger, and today I am putting on my winter hat. I'm gonna go for a ride. So the other day I got a horse dropped off. Kind of exciting, it's my first horse in for training. It's a 3-year-old by Flit to Kill out of a Fisher's Dash dam. So he's very well bred, a nice 3-year-old. He's gray, which now we have 3 Palominos, 2 grays, and not very diverse colors, but that's okay. Like, he's pretty cute. So I had my first ride with him yesterday. He's already been on the pattern a bit, and he's pretty well trained, but it's just kind of getting him basically ready to be for sale. So I mean, if anyone's looking for a nice 3-year-old, I have one. But yeah, so I just went to an indoor arena yesterday. He's kind of out of shape, so I was just kind of doing a little bit to see where he's at and kind of things like I want to change it just to get him more available and ready for anybody to kind of hop on. So just to make him easier, that's kind of my goal. So I worked on perfect circles, which I have posted videos about doing that before, and to me, getting a perfect circle is so key. Like, it's one of the biggest things that I'm always working on. Like, if I can, even like going from like figure eights, and if I go like a perfect circle to another perfect circle the other way, like, mission accomplished to me. So I'm gonna go get him loaded up and go head to the arena and just kind of show you where he's at and see what we're gonna work with. And I kind of just go with the flow with my rides. I don't really plan a set thing that I'm gonna do. So yeah, let's just go see what happens. Hey, some of that shit. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I've only had 2 rides on this horse, and it's one of those things, like, just getting used to a new horse can be kind of hard. And this is kind of what I go through if I'm getting a horse that has already been trained by somebody else. And it's different if they're a bit older. You obviously would use the same tack initially that the horse was sold in, where in my case it's a 3-year-old, so it has very limited experience on the pattern and just in general. So I'm going to be using a bit that I use on pretty much all my babies when I first start. It's actually probably a step up. I usually would use a smooth, something with like an O-ring with a smooth snaffle mouthpiece. Where this one, it's by professional choice. It's part of the Brittany Posey lineup. It's a 2-piece with a bit of a really mild twist. Hey, bud. He knows what's happening. Use it, has total freedom in there, and it also, I use the bit guards because that's just what I always do. I don't want anything to pinch, nothing to hurt them at all, so bit guards for me are a must. Yeah, so I use this. One other thing that when I use an O-ring, I have it fairly loose, looser than I would have a gag bit, so I like to have my head cell with the brow band. Excuse me, bud. Stand there. So I like to have the brow band because just more security. I've had it where if it's a 1-ear piece, it ends up like flopping over because it is, like, I like to have my O-rings a bit more baggier than a normal bit would be. So it is kind of floppy, and I like to have it secure with just like, this is a weaver, just a nice, simple, classy, nice buckle brow band. And yeah, so we're gonna get bridled up and see what we're dealing with today. I figure actually this is a good time to show you how I like to bridle my horses, especially with this one since I'm not overly familiar with him. This is kind of, I don't want to like force a bit in my horse's mouth, so proceeding with him, how I'm going to approach putting a bridle on is just kind of, well, I'm going to see where he's at, see what he, if he's good for taking the bit, and if not, I'll show you kind of how I go about it. So once that's off, I still have him secure here. I'm going to put this on, but I'm almost going to hold the bit right under his chin. So I hold it like that, and that means I have him still like secure he's not gonna go anywhere. And if he wanted to move his head around, I have control of him still. So I like to kind of hold it there, put my arm between his ears, and spread out the bit mouthpiece between my fingers and move the bit guards out, and just kind of hold it. Oh, what a good boy. Ideally, so he like took it really well. If they don't, I'll just wait with them. I'll hold the bit, kind of hold it in my hand and hold it like that. I won't get my finger in their mouth right away. I kind of wait till they decide to kind of open their mouth for me. So with that, I just kind of hold the bit there, and he kind of knows that, so he just basically opens his mouth and it just goes in very easily. It's a lot easier than trying to fight with them. So it's one of those things, you just kind of take it slow, hold it there for a while, and then maybe you have to encourage their mouth to open a bit more with your hand. But for starters, like with him, my hands are clean still, which is perfect. You didn't see that, but I just lost my horse. Okay, I don't need the roof. Oh, look how good he stands now. Okay. I did lope both directions, and when I'm going at any speed, I'm always working on doing perfect circles. So in order to get your perfect circles, your hands have to be really still, especially your inside, because you can't be trying to correct here and there. It has to be very consistent. So when I'm going around, I'm kind of looking inside my circle, and my body then kind of faces the same way. So I did a few good ones, and then I'm going to go stop. And here, I built the wall, and he stops behind it. And he kept his head behind it, so then I give him a release and give him a break. Well, I'm gonna elope a bit, but that is the end of my video, so they were pretty good, right? It's work in progress, but I like him. He's trying. He's just out of shape, and I can just feel like he's not my style right now, but he's a baby. So anyways, we'll talk to you later, and enjoy this video.